So if you focus on something, you literally send energy to it, and that which you focus on will level up because of your focus. And if it's something that has the focus of many, it grows colossal, like an Apple or Coca-Cola or a pop star. This brings me to mirrors and a little trick on how to use mirrors. First, I'm going to tell a little backstory. So, like, when I was younger, I've never been a judgmental person. I've always kind of been in my own world and, mind my own business and just live to experience. And I'm still that way. And I observe, And, I'd be at a friend's house or a particular friend's house, or he'd be at my house, and he would always bring to my attention, he'd say, "You're always looking in the mirror." And I wasn't doing it because I was conceited. I was just in the mirror observing, shapes, the way things sit, just looking at myself. If you don't look at yourself, how do you know yourself? Like if you don't want to look at yourself, you obviously don't like something about yourself. You don't like yourself, So I think I was building a relationship with myself, just looking at myself, appreciating me, the uniqueness of me. So, reflecting on that, with in mind, when you're real young, you have a lot of energy. And, how you choose to expend that energy varies. Like some use sports, some just put it into other people, like toy companies and a lot of idols, the youth, that energy that they have builds them up because of their focus. If you have a lot of young people focusing on a particular thing, it will build and rise up because that energy, that focus goes somewhere. So back to mirrors. If you look at yourself in a mirror and you just look at yourself, and you'll mess yourself up if you are somebody who is insecure about something you see, because what you're doing when you look in a mirror, you're cycling energy, your focus, because your focus is energy. So you're cycling energy back to yourself. The mistake most people do is they're looking at themselves and they don't like something. So they're like, "Oh my gosh, I don't like the way this looks. I don't like the way that looks. Oh, I'm this. Oh, I'm that." So what happens is you're casting a spell, and you're validating, and you're actually bringing everything you see when you look at yourself into fruition. So if it wasn't there, soon enough it's going to be there, because you're sending it back to yourself. You're looking at yourself. I just told you, if you focus your attention on something, you are sending your energy to it. So if you're looking at yourself and you're focusing on yourself in the mirror, you're sending your own energy back to yourself. So if you don't like something about yourself, though, you're going to mess yourself up. But if you can sit in a pure state and kind of get that childlike mind back and sit with no motive, no like judgmental state of mind, and just observe that energy, but you can judge. But if you judge on the way you look, like appreciate yourself. Like, I don't know, like if you read some self-help books, some will say, that they look in the mirror in the morning and they say these affirmations like, "I'm successful, I can do it, I'm strong." Because a lot of times if you're sitting around, most people apparently they're just in their minds, they're beating on themselves, saying what they can't do, saying, just, and what they're doing is they're casting a spell on themselves. So if you can change that, and you can use a mirror also, because you're literally sending that, instead of sitting and trying to focus without something in front of you, if you have a mirror, you can send it directly to yourself. You're looking at yourself. Just like how somebody is looking at, someone they like, and they just become all that much more beautiful to them because they're casting a spell on themselves. So they're looking at this person and they're just becoming they're lighting up to them. They're lighting up to them because they're sending them their energy constantly because they got them on the brain all the time. So then it had me thinking about the downside to mirrors. A mirror is a sacred thing, and in today's society, people don't see it that way. It's forgotten, the power of a mirror. So like you move into a home, there's probably been like 20 people that's lived there prior to you looking through the same mirror, and that energy is in that mirror. So if you're looking in the mirror and you have these insecurities coming back at you, it may be a previous person that lived in your home, their thoughts that you're seeing come back at you when you're looking in that mirror. So you're not going to be able to replace, not everyone's going to be able to replace their mirrors, but if you're going to use this trick, get a handheld mirror and look at yourself. And this doesn't mean you're conceited. Our society, it does well off getting people to hate themselves. Therefore, they can sell you something that makes you feel better momentarily.